The biggest winter storm of 2025 so far. This system brings heavy snow, ice, a significant flash flooding risk, and a severe weather threat. We're going to cover all aspects of this storm in this forecast. So if you're here, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video, give it a thumbs up, and share it with friends, family, and on social media. I truly appreciate it. Let's waste no time and get into the forecast. Temperature outlook. First, let's talk about the short term regarding temperatures, since I know you're excited about the weekend. I am too. By the way, I hope everyone had a wonderful and happy Valentine's Day. Here are your temperatures to start off Saturday, February 15th. The sub-zero temperatures are mostly bottled up to the north, but it's still quite cold in places like North Dakota, parts of South Dakota, and northern Minnesota. Tomorrow morning, temperatures could drop to minus 10 degrees Fahrenheit, and when you factor in a slight breeze, wind chill values could plummet to minus 30 degrees Fahrenheit. While this isn't unheard of for North Dakota, it's cold enough to cause frostbite in less than 30 minutes. Be sure to bundle up in layers and cover exposed skin if you venture outside. Out west, it's a similar story, especially in Montana, where sub-zero temperatures will be common. Further south, temperatures will be slightly warmer. Wind chill values in northeast and eastern Montana will be around minus 15 degrees Fahrenheit. So again, be sure to dress in layers and cover exposed skin. Across the east, the coldest temperatures will be in northern Maine, northern New Hampshire, northern Vermont, and upstate New York, as well as parts of Quebec, including Montreal. Here, temperatures will be below zero, with wind chills ranging from minus 15 degrees Fahrenheit to minus 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Be smart, bundle up and protect exposed skin. Further south, morning temperatures will be in the 40s, 50s, and 60s near the Gulf Coast and Florida, making for a relatively mild start to the weekend. Now, let's take a look at our temperature anomalies for Saturday and Sunday, February 15th and 16th. You know it's a major winter storm when warm air is surging ahead of it while frigid polar air dives southward behind it. The storm track stretches from Texas to the Great Lakes. Winter storm, western U.S. This storm has already been spreading moisture into the Intermountain West for the past 48 hours. We've seen heavy rain along the west coast as well as significant snowfall in the Sierras. While precipitation rates are beginning to diminish as the system moves inland, widespread snow is still falling across the Rockies. Some snow showers continue in the Sierras, but rainfall is tapering off. As we move through Saturday, particularly after sunrise, this storm system will continue shifting further inland across the Rockies. Severe weather outbreak. By this evening, the system will be centered around a 1,101 millibar low in western Kansas. Overnight, it will dive southeast toward Texas, pulling in Gulf moisture. By Saturday evening, the storm will intensify, reaching southern Indiana with a pressure of 997 millibars. The lower the pressure, the stronger the storm. By midday Sunday, the storm will be centered in western New York as a powerful 976 millibar low, likely the strongest winter storm of 2025 so far. Severe weather threat. On the warm side of the storm, we have a significant severe weather threat. A large area is at risk for severe storms stretching from East Texas along and east of the I-35 corridor, including Dallas, Fort Worth, Waco, and Houston, all the way northeast into Kentucky. Cities like Bowling Green, Lexington, and Richmond need to stay weather aware. The threat extends into Tennessee, including Chattanooga and Knoxville, the Atlanta metro, and even parts of the Carolinas. The most concerning area for severe weather is highlighted in orange, indicating a level 3 enhanced risk on the severe weather scale. This includes southeastern Arkansas, much of northeastern Louisiana, central and northern Mississippi, and western Alabama, tornado and wind threat. Now that we're close to this event, confidence is increasing in the potential for strong tornadoes, EF2+. Areas within the yellow shaded region with polka dots, including Pine Bluff, Arkansas, Monroe, Louisiana, Tupelo, Mississippi, Memphis, Tennessee, and Jackson, Mississippi, have the highest risk. Even outside this region, a 5 to 10% tornado risk exists in areas shaded in brown and dark green, covering much of Dixie Alley and extending as far north as Kentucky. Additionally, a widespread area could see damaging straight-line winds between 60 to 80 miles per hour as a strong squall line moves west to east across the lower 48/48th. Severe weather and tornado threat. A slight risk of damaging winds covers parts of Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Southwest Tennessee, and Alabama. However, based on new data, this risk may expand further east. Since it's February, we don't have a lot of instability for large hail. But initially, as supercells develop over Arkansas, northern Louisiana, and western Mississippi, some hail could be possible, ranging from quarter-sized to ping-pong ball-sized. Key setup and meteorological factors. This setup is especially interesting because, despite it being mid-February, the Gulf of Mexico is nearby, providing ample moisture. By tomorrow morning, dew points in New Orleans and Baton Rouge will be in the mid to upper 60s. As the day progresses, those 60s dew points will surge northward into Memphis and even Nashville by Saturday afternoon, preceding the cold front. Behind the front, dry air will rapidly move in, highlighting the power of this system, with a storm energy CAPE exceeding 2,000 joules per kilogram along the Mississippi River and into the lower Mississippi Valley on Saturday afternoon. Conditions will be unusually favorable for this time of year. Another critical factor is low-level wind shear at the 850 millibar level, just a few thousand feet above the ground. Winds will strengthen significantly as the storm matures over the Ohio Valley and Northeast. Wind shear values exceeding 70 knots, well above the 50-knot threshold for severe storms, will enhance the tornado and damaging wind threat. Tornado risk, looking at the significant tornado parameter, SHA-STP. This index helps determine the likelihood of strong tornadoes in certain areas. By midday Saturday, values reach 3 out of 10, increasing to 5 out of 10 by the afternoon. This suggests a 50% chance of strong tornadoes developing in parts of southeast Arkansas, northern Louisiana, southwest Tennessee, and Mississippi. Even into the evening, strong tornado potential remains before the storm system transitions into a squall line. While tornadoes embedded within the squall line may be weaker, they could still cause widespread damage across Alabama and beyond. Flash flooding threat. In addition to severe storms, flash flooding is a major concern. Kentucky and parts of the mid-Mississippi Valley have saturated soils, and heavy rainfall rates of 1 to 2 inches per hour will only worsen the situation. Storms are expected to repeatedly train over the same areas, significantly increasing the flood risk. A high-risk upgrade for flash flooding has been issued across central and western Kentucky, western Tennessee, and northeastern Arkansas. Rainfall totals in this zone could reach 6 to 10 inches within 24 to 48 hours, a dangerous amount that could lead to significant flash flooding. Radar and storm evolution. Saturday morning, heavy storms develop across Arkansas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. Saturday afternoon, supercells ahead of the squall line have the potential to produce strong tornadoes. Saturday evening, a fast-moving squall line pushes east, bringing widespread damaging winds and embedded tornadoes. Cities at risk include Nashville, Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, New Orleans, Hattiesburg, and Mobile. Overnight into Sunday morning, the storm system continues east, with damaging wind gusts of 60 to 70 miles per hour still possible in the Carolinas, Georgia, and northern Florida. Major flooding risk. We can't overlook the extreme rainfall threat. The Weather Prediction Center has highlighted central and western Kentucky, western Tennessee, and northeast Arkansas as high-risk zones. These areas could receive 6 to 10 inches of rain, leading to severe flash flooding and river flooding. Winter storm impact. On the colder side of the system, freezing rain, sleet, and heavy snow are expected. Tonight, light snow accumulates in parts of Wisconsin, northeast Illinois, and northern Indiana, with a couple of inches possible Saturday. A conveyor belt of moisture will move northward. overrunning cold air and leading to widespread snow across the Midwest. Icing risk, while not an extensive ice storm, freezing rain and sleet could create hazardous travel conditions from southern Iowa and northern Missouri to central Illinois, Indiana, and southern Michigan. Winter storm and Arctic blast, major impacts ahead. Heavy snow and blizzard conditions in the Northeast. As colder air rushes in on the backside of the system, snow will take over once again. By Sunday morning, the storm system will rapidly intensify over the Northeast, bringing very heavy snowfall rates of 1 to 2 inches per hour or even higher across Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, upstate New York, and southern Ontario, Quebec. These areas could experience blizzard-like conditions with strong winds, leading to dangerous travel. Additionally, lake effect snow will continue to pile up in Michigan throughout Sunday. Icing threat and mixed precipitation. A mix of freezing rain, drizzle, and sleet could lead to light to moderate ice accumulations, particularly in southeast Nebraska, Iowa-Missouri border, central Illinois, Peoria area, and the Ohio Valley, Indiana, Ohio, southern Michigan. Cold air damming in Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and Virginia could enhance ice accumulation, creating slick roads and power outage concerns. Significant snowfall totals expected: Wisconsin, northern Illinois, 3 to 6 inches, Michigan, 6 to 10 inches across most of the state, upstate New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and northern Maine, 12 to 18 inches, with localized totals exceeding 2 feet in Caribou. Maine lake effect snow bands could bring even higher totals to Michigan and the Great Lakes region. Polar vortex brings life-threatening cold. Next week, a major shift in the weather pattern is coming as the polar vortex drops into the Hudson Bay, sending a brutal Arctic blast southward. Extreme temperature anomalies between February 17th to 21st. Much of the U.S. will experience 50 degrees Fahrenheit below normal temperatures, especially in the Midwest and Great Plains. Dangerous wind, chills. Monday, February 17th. Wind chills minus 30 degrees Fahrenheit to minus 60 degrees Fahrenheit in the Dakotas, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. Tuesday, February 18th. Minus 30 degrees Fahrenheit to minus 50 degrees Fahrenheit, wind chills expanding into Kansas, Missouri, Illinois, and Indiana. Wednesday, February 19th, sub-zero wind chills all the way down to central Texas. Thursday, Friday, February 20th to 21st, cold air spreads further south with widespread wind chills below zero across much of the central U.S. This is life-threatening cold. Frostbite can occur within minutes. Make sure to dress in layers, keep emergency supplies in your car, and drip your faucets to prevent frozen pipes. Major snowstorm potential next week, February 19th to 21st. With such cold, dense air in place, any developing storm system will be forced further south, increasing the chances of significant snowfall for areas that haven't seen much winter weather this season. Key areas to watch: lower Midwest and Ohio Valley, snowfall likely from Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, and Illinois into Indiana, Ohio, and Kentucky. East Coast, I-95 corridor, a potential nor'easter could bring heavy snow to Philadelphia, Baltimore, NYC, Hartford, and Boston mid to late next week. Heavy snow threat. If low pressure tracks just offshore of Cape Cod, this could be a major snowstorm for the Northeast. Stay tuned as details evolve. This could be the biggest snowfall event of the season for the East Coast. Late February, pattern change. Will the cold ease? If you're not a fan of Arctic air, there's some relief ahead. By February 24th to 28th, the polar vortex will retreat northward, allowing warmer Pacific air to move into the western and central U.S. However, if deep snowpack remains in the Northeast, cold temperatures could persist longer than models currently indicate. Please make sure you're subscribed to the channel and have notifications on so you'll be alerted if we do go live. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already.